sing. Host of the Jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family reunification, bring loved ones back. Hosting Just Jacks, we stay on that track. Host out. When the lights fade low, the mission stays bright. Re-entry with dignity, we step toward the light. Restorative justice in motion, hearts reconnect. Conflict resolution with courage and respect. Family reunification, we open the door. Host of Just Jacks, keeping the circle square.
We did it. It's another Monday night, and holy smokes, in Michigan, y'all, we totally have a blizzard thing going on. It is freezing. It is ridiculous snow, so much ice. About an hour and 10 minutes south of me, there was a 100-car pileup on the highway. We have had highways shut down. We have had a mess. And for some reason, I jacked up my arm this weekend and I can barely lift this one up. So it's my right arm that I do everything with. Usually I have so many notes going on. I have different things to look at, to talk about. My hair's not crazy, but tonight it is because I can't lift my arm. So if I don't get all the comments pulled up, of course, there's always glitches. So sometimes y'all have really good comments and I still can't see them. If you see me not putting comments up, it's probably because I can't lift my doggone arm. It's killing me, but I'm happy you're here. Guys, we've got some changes in stores, but I don't think you're going to mind. I think you're actually going to get kind of a kick out of this. But before we get started, I want to honor what today is. Today is a very special day to a lot of us, and it is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day, and many of the places in my community do shut down for today. It is considered a holiday for many of us. Unfortunately, there are some places that still just don't get it. They don't want to say this special day is not as special as other holidays, and I will not understand that ever. So my day job office was closed today, and we were supposed to have a couple community events that were outside or that the community put on, and they had to like reschedule them for a couple things inside, or they had to postpone them because it's bad out. So myself and a friend, we actually spent today watching two different movies to honor Dr. Martin Luther King. And one is called Respect. It was the Aretha Franklin story. Whew. It was intense, guys. It was not exactly what I was expecting. And I do encourage you to watch it if you're comfortable with that. And then we just finished up. I missed like the last 20 minutes because I had to do some audio stuff here. But we were watching 12 Years a Slave. So it is never a bad time to learn your history and to understand that there is just a lot of hurt that's happened in this world, in this country, if you're in the United States and in many other countries around the globe. But it is important for us all to work together, to learn, and to become the most caring humans we can. So I know a lot of people look at quotes and they think about different speeches Dr. Martin Luther King have given. So if anybody wants to put anything in the comments, if you do have a favorite quote, if you have a favorite thing, I'm just doing these three that are some ones that really hit home right now to me. And as you know, I'm not silent. I do have a voice. And it is important that you know to use yours too, because there are some people that have even been told they can't use their voice or they shouldn't use their voice. But when we don't use our voice, we are part of the problem, guys, and we become part of the betrayal. We become the bullies. We become the people that can't be trusted, and you deserve to be all the good things. So if you're new here to Just Jackson, guys, this show happens every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that's not in your time zone, if you just can't stay up, it's way too early, you're sleeping, you can always catch the replay, usually on my LinkedIn or on my YouTube channel, which is just my name and the LMSW. There's no comma there, but at Jackie Hallberg LMSW, you can check out all of my past guests. Only one show's been deleted, so everybody else is still on there. You can check out everybody and you can hype everybody, because the coolest people come to this stage, and I usually think they're pretty cool before they even get on stage. and then I hear them. And I hear them in a different capacity than when I'm watching their own shows or when I'm watching them as guests. I don't know if it's just me because, I focus so much on them when they're on my show. But guys, it's pretty cool stuff. So in just a couple minutes, we're going to get our first guest, but I do want to honor some people. Of course, David Causey, of course, was number one. He likes front row. And one of these days, I'm getting him a plaque for sure. Leslie Flowers, thank you so much, my dear, for being here. I know it is late at night for some people, even when they are on the same time zone because their life schedule, they get up early, they're busy during the day. I totally get it. So it means so much when you guys are here, not just for me, but for the guests. They deserve to be shouted out like this dude right here. Hey, yeah, he knows I'm live. He better know I'm live. I better be live, right? I am live. Okay, yeah, funny. Oh, he's a hoot. You're going to enjoy some things with him tonight. That's for sure. Kenny, thank you always for being here and for inviting your millions of friends because there's a couple other shows that are either going on or just got done. And it's been a busy day for a lot of people. Even with the holiday, people have been pretty busy today, which is quite interesting. So who is here tonight? Does anybody remember the guest name tonight? Because it might have changed actually. Javi, oh yeah, the warm front. Yeah, he's here in my town. He knows it's not warm, not even a little bit. Yeah, it's funny that Gabe keeps putting up these comments. I mean, why is he stirring the pot so early in the night? Oh, that's right, because he likes to. But we're going to get into that in a minute too. Yolanda, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Amy's here. I'm so glad. I love it whenever you usually see me bring up somebody from Facebook, it's usually somebody I know in person. Not always. Some people on my Facebook are people that I've only known through social media, but we've had a connection for a long time. She is pretty awesome, isn't she? I love that. Nicole, oh my gosh, is she really awake? I love that. So Nick, the floral arrangement is because I do a lot of my TikTok videos sitting here and it was looking like I was doing a mug shot because I only had my white background. So I put it there and I jacked up my arm this weekend. So I can't really lift it to move it out of the way. So it's there. So I'm glad you noticed that. Jason, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you greatly, greatly, greatly. Oh, it's so good to see you. So you guys are funny. I just love it. My Kinga is in the house. I got to tell you, she is not just a hype woman. She is a defender. She is a intellectual queen, but she also wants to care about people so much. And it melts my heart. So thank you so much, Linda. I'm so glad to see you as well. Thank you for being here. So we talked about this being a special day and that not everybody does support or gives true credit to the holiday of Martin Luther King. I love it. But if you have a favorite quote, I would love to see them put in the comment section. Just a couple more updates before we start talking about the guests. So, guys, we have some pretty cool guests lined up. And like I said, I use that lightly because everybody's been pretty cool. We have a pop star coming. We have a beauty queen coming. We have just about everybody walks of life. What we don't have tonight is my dear friend Daniel that was going to be on talking about relapse and recovery. And it's not because he didn't want to hang out with all us cool kids and those in the wonderful comment section. Unfortunately, do you remember at the start of the show, I said blizzard, freezing, cold, nasty weather, stay-at-home advisories, all the things. He has almost no service where he's at. And he's like, Jackie, it's going to be so spotty. It's just not really worth it. He's like, can we reschedule? I'm like, oh, yeah, I know what it's like. When Fawn was trying to be on the other day from Thailand, she had rough service. And I don't want people to think that my guests aren't qualified and know how to do tech. It's just sometimes we're in service areas that are not fun for us. So if for some weird reason I zap out, I will quick jump on my phone. It will mean that I had a power surge. Usually the place I'm in, we're usually in a little covered area, but not always at all. So how are you guys doing tonight? I mean, it has been, oh yeah, it was intense. So I've had the book for a while, but I haven't read it. So watching it tonight, I was in my feels and I'm like, really? Right before showtime, y'all are used to Jackie with energy, but now Jackie's got a broken wing. Well, it's not totally broken, but it's definitely messed up and it's been since Friday. So it's been really interesting. But guys, I appreciate you so much for being here. I know there's a million other places you could be. Oh, look who's in the house, Bill. Well, William, you can call him Bill, that just came back on stage yesterday with his UBU live show. So thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. Guys, I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the shares, the reposts. Sometimes I miss them until the last minute and I'm like, oh, I never thank those people. So when you take the time to share other people's information, whether it's about a show, whether it's about a book they've done, whether it's about something special to that person, it means the world. It means the world. And I've been going through like a whole lot of different, like, okay, I'm trying to lean more. And it's an interesting conversation because when Gabe gets on stage, we're going to talk a little bit about love stuff and relationship stuff, but mostly on my LinkedIn right now. And I'm switching my Just Jax advising to focus a little bit more on the relationship content. And for me, I do a lot of positive dating, healthy relationships, getting rid of the toxicity in your relationship and things like that. And so I've been trying to stretch out my time on TikTok, in which means not quite as much time on LinkedIn. So if you guys have had some really cool stuff that's gone on and I haven't supported you, I haven't liked your comments, I haven't done something, send me a DM and let me know, because those of you that show up, you are near and dear to my heart. And if I haven't told you that lately, it means a lot. I do look at all the comments. Sometimes we can't see them all on the show because LinkedIn and StreamYard, sometimes they love each other so much and other times it's kind of a mess. If you ever put your comments on YouTube, if I can't see them in real time, it's tough because they disappear. Somebody maybe more techie than me might know how to go back and get them. I see my dear Damian Kinsey just got in the house and John is here. John is just down the lake from me. So I would lift up my hand, but my arm hurts to bring it up. To go down, it doesn't hurt as bad, but we use our inside of our right hand to show people where we are in Michigan. So I'm like just under your pinky, if you can visualize that. If you go all the way down to the bottom of your hand and just curve a little bit to that way, that's probably opposite with the camera. That's where Chicago is. So I'm like literally 4 hours up the lake from Chicago if there's not horrendous construction or traffic jams, but it's usually not too bad. So because my dear Daniel can't be on the show tonight, we are not going to focus as much about the recovery and relapse. He will be rescheduled either the end of February or into March for sure. There's some great people already lined up, but if you've ever wanted to be on a live, or if you've wanted to be on this live, because for me, my own rule is just respect people. Other than that, you can shout out your own business. You can shout out different workshops you have. You can talk about an upcoming book or anything you want, as long as it's respectful. It's basically free advertising to you and your business. It's also getting people to know the human behind the business, because so many times people are just buy my shit, buy my stuff right now, or they pitch you, oh, I can give you this financial assessment. I'm not giving a stranger my finance anything. I'm not even wasting time talking about my finances with a stranger. I love people's hustle. I love people wanting to make a buck, but get to freaking know somebody before they're going to trust you is kind of the way I roll. So getting on a show like this, showing up in the comments of other people's show, you get to see who actually cares, who wants to be here, and who wants to do some stuff. So again, because my arm is kind of jacked up, I don't have my normal notes down. Usually I talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. So I guess I'm just babbling a little bit tonight. But are you ready? Because I have been waiting to have Gabe on my show for, I can't even tell you how long. It's been a long time. Probably since my first episode way back in April, almost a year ago. It's getting really close. And he finally agreed. And I had been thinking, I'm like, way back in the day, we had Amber and Joe, who were newlyweds. They came on the show. And I'm like, oh, we could do Gabe and his beautiful wife, Yvette, and they could be on the show. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so busy. They just launched their new Unwrapped Love, and they're starting themselves up on their new season and everything. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to ask Yvette because, she's probably way too busy. And I already got Daniel for part of the show. I'd want them to be for a full hour. And when Gabe said yes to come in tonight, I was so excited because Gabe and I met as co-authors in this anthology. It was the Beyond Boundaries, Thriving in Life's Gray Zone. Now, there was a lot of us as co-authors. Look at that list. A whole bunch of people. Some of these people won't even talk to me anymore because of weird stuff that's happened. Some of these people I support in so many areas. And one of those people is Gabe. I appreciate him. I value him. I know he's not one of those, only if you're going to scratch my back, then I'll scratch your back, which some of These people unfortunately are. But Kinga's in here too, and Kinga is in the comments pretty much every single night of Just Jackson Guess. So I wanted to give her a big shout out. And there's some people that I just haven't connected with in a long time because life is busy for all of us. So life can change on a drop of a dime, guys. Literally a drop of a dime. And you deserve to get to know quality humans as much as you can. So without further ado, I am going to bring the beautiful Gabe and a surprise up on stage. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
We got the wife, guys.
Surprise. Too bad I don't have my drum roll ready. Like, what
You know, if my arm felt a little better, maybe I would have clicked the little button. But yay, you got me a half clap. How's that? Guys, thank you so much for being here. Now, Yvette, I know you are kind of past the baby honeymoon stage, but you're still in the honeymoon stage. So if I kind of just call you his bride or honeymoon, it's in the most best of respect.
So that's absolutely fine.
So Gabe and I, gosh, we started just, getting to know each other in some comments of other people's shows way back in the audio days. And then we got to write in the book together. But when he shows up, he's just so hilarious. And it's like, I've wanted him on stage for so long. And he got all the kind of the details of the show and everything of like what goes down on Just Jackson Guess. And if he did not share that with you, surprise, you get to answer a couple questions that I have for you. If anybody in the audience has some questions for these lovely humans that just happen to be married and they also like to talk about love, go ahead and start putting them in the comments. I will definitely bring up as many comments as I can, or I will at least read them if my arm kind of goes numb on me, okay? But before we get into audience questions, before we get into you two talking about all the cool ass things you do, first of all, if you haven't yet, go to Gabe's page or go to my page because I reposted it. He did the coolest. I can't even explain how cool it is. Thing that you got to go see. I would show you it right now, but I did try to download it. And when it brought it up, it said, yeah, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, LinkedIn is funny like that.
I'm just not that cool. So go to his page, check it out. If you have never followed him, follow him. Yvette's on there as well. So go ahead and follow these guys. Check them out. If you don't do LinkedIn, that's okay. You can find them other places, especially your YouTube, which how did I not subscribe to it until just the other day, Gabe? I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not do this? So I
haven't promoted it right. So that's why I'm coming on here. The whole reason was to just promote my YouTube channel, nothing else.
Because you got nothing else to talk about. I love it. So we're going to start with you then. My first question, Gabe, for you. Tell us 2 things that you are proud of that you personally have done. And don't say, oh, I married the love of my life. Don't say that because we already know that. Tell us something we don't know.
Okay, so I will say last year, oh yeah, I did, William. Last year, I was able to publish 3 books. That was something that I, again, wasn't on my bingo card when I started the year. So doing that and wanting to always be kind of a published author, that was a big thing for me. Being able to do that. And it was even getting getting to ask to do the 3rd one on a surprise whim. I was like, absolutely, let's do it. Like it was fun getting to be able to express myself and then share a lot of my own journey and hopefully, again, give value to somebody else. So that's one of the things that I was really proud of myself for doing. And I will say that the other thing that I say that I'm really proud of is the fact that I have committed myself a lot more to my faith and my religion. That was a big jump for me, even though I was a very spiritual person and I had, I had understandings of my faith. Getting more involved in doing things within our church, within our community. That was another big thing that was huge for me, was getting the opportunity to go, connect with people in fellowship and getting to share the parts of me that I felt were very important. So those to me were 2 things that I was really proud of because I got to do a lot of things that were connected to me. Like we helped them get launched on the live stream team that we had over there at our church. So that was just something I was already passionate about. And then getting to do that, with people in my faith and getting to share the message of our great pastor. To me, that was like me walking on walking on cloud nine. It was amazing. And since I couldn't say the other thing, that was those are the two things.
I love those two things. And Yvette, I'm sorry if you really wanted him to say that out loud. I took it from him, but we kind of know that. We've kind of heard him a few times say how much he loves you. So I love that so much. It was funny when you said it kind of made you feel like you were walking on clouds when you were talking about your faith. I'm like, oh, he's going to say he's walking on water. I'm like, that just elevates the show to a whole other level.
I don't want to go there yet.
Yet. We heard that on Jess Jackson Guest. When it comes out, it was launched today. I love that so much.
That's right.
Yvette, we're going to switch over to you. So those same two questions are that first question is two things that you're proud of for yourself. Okay. And this can be anything. It can be from a long time ago, from just recently. People talk about just about anything. So I want you to share what you're proud of.
Okay. So yes, kind of like to piggyback on what he's saying, that's part of it, but I'll say two other things that aren't exactly what Gabe said. One of them is taking a look at what I have in a different way. So back in 2020, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And so for a while, I really struggled with even accepting that I had it. So now the way that I look at it is more of a gift than a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just battling with the whole thing and learning to function is something that I'm proud of myself, because a lot of people can't. A lot of people get the diagnosis and it's the end of the world for them. So that's one. And then two is, despite going through months of depression, I pushed myself to work on getting my master's degree. And so I now have a master's degree despite having this illness. So overcoming obstacles.
That is amazing. Girl, I am, first of all, so impressed that you're willing to share your story. Just like Nick in the comments, she was probably, I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I am a licensed social worker. So I have unfortunately diagnosed a lot of people back in the day, and I don't do that now. That's not where my passion is. It's not where my expertise is anymore. But I think Nicole was one of the first people that I really heard talk about her mental health diagnosis on live shows, on audio events. And every single time another person shares, it helps hundreds, if not thousands of people that you will never even know. That is just like, maybe they see this episode in 6 months, maybe they just hear your clip and they're like, whoa, she said it out loud. I can say it to my doctor. I can say it to my therapist. I can tell my kids. I can tell my friends. And I love that so much. Thank you.
Yeah. When I first got diagnosed, I was afraid that I couldn't continue teaching because I'm a high school teacher. And so I started Googling, like, can you actually be a teacher and have bipolar? And I couldn't find anything. And so it was scary for me because I needed to hear somebody else say, I have it and I can function. So I've done that. Like I've posted video clips and things like that, but it's really, especially with meeting Gabe and seeing how he knows how to set up this whole live stream thing. It's something that I'm considering is creating a show on explaining bipolar and how to manage it and how to get through it. So
I love that so much. And every single one of us that has different lived experience, it's our personal journey. And when we share that out loud, other people get to say, I can share mine too. And wow, I might not be doing exactly what she did, or it may not have onset like his did, or this or that, but it's okay because it's still going to be okay. It's my story, and my story was meant to be heard too. So I love that so much. Oh, that's so cool. All right, back to Gabe. So Gabe, nothing like just totally ditching her master's degree. I'm like, oh, I clapped for that too. I promise you I did. But now, no matter how amazing you guys are, I mean, you have so much tech, so much creativity, wisdom. I mean, everything. And if y'all in the comments have not checked out that cool ass video yet, oh my gosh, something about you, Gabe. I'm swearing more on this show than ever. They're probably going to block me on LinkedIn or YouTube. I don't know what. I think it's the pain in the arm. I'm not going to blame you. But no matter all those cool things you do, how amazingly creative in technology you are, how awesome you are advancing in AI and doing all the things and lifting other people up and getting stronger in your faith and letting other people know about the challenges and struggles and excitement about relationships and remarriage and all the things. We're still growing. Each and every one of us is still growing. And will you share one thing with everybody that you're still growing on that you'd be willing to share?
Oh, well, absolutely. Yeah, there's more than one. Uh, the list continues to grow, but I think one of the things that I continue to do is for me to always go back and look at myself and determine whether or not I'm, giving my best every single day. I don't always find myself in the best of situations. And this is why having a great partner and, having a vet by my side, because sometimes I'm just human like everybody else. The self-doubt creeps in, the negative self-talk comes into play, and she gives me perspective again, of how much I've continued to grow and mature. And to me, that's, just one of the things that I strive to do every single day. I just want to get a little bit better until I can't. And at that point, what does it matter? I've gone on to somewhere else, and what I've created and what I've done, and my legacy's been left behind. But in the meantime, to me, that's the thing I have to do, is try every single day to acquire something, to do something different, to elevate myself. I mean, I started like a month and a half ago learning how to speak Japanese, just out of nowhere. I mean, people were asking me, "Are you going to Japan or something? Are you going?" No, it's just, it's one of the things that I love doing. Is just saying, you know what, I got this noggin here, and supposedly you only use a certain percentage. Let me fill up whatever I can up here as much as I possibly can, and just continue to grow as an individual. So that's just one of the things.
I love that so much. And, there are so many humans that kind of give up on that growth. They're like, I'm done. I've got the job I want. I'm never going to make any more money. It's no big deal. This is my life. And when you tell your brain that you don't need to learn more, your brain doesn't get super excited anymore. And it kind of turns into that blah. And it usually doesn't help us as much when it needs help in other areas too. So you keep learning and growing, because we're all enjoying what you're creating and all the different things that you're trickling into us too. So it helps all of us as well. I appreciate that. Yvette, same question to you. And I know you kind of shared a little bit when you were talking about your other things, but one thing that you're willing to talk about that you're growing unintentionally right now.
I would say just knowledge in general. Like, I love reading and I love exploring, like, how, especially with I teach psychology and sociology. So I enjoy reading about like other things my brain can do. So I know that, despite having what I have, like, I can grow it further. It doesn't have to stop there. So I'm learning, like, other ways to talk to myself or to think about things, or and I do that. I explore that through books, and so reading is what I really enjoy doing.
I love that so much. That's so cool. So, first of all, did you say you teach psychology and sociology at a high school?
Yes.
Girl, we don't have that kind of stuff in my part of Michigan. Not at all. Not at all. So that's amazing. That's super amazing. And I love that so much. The other thing, I kept hearing you say you love to read. You love to read. So I think you kind of just outed yourself, because Gabe loves to author. The next step from reading is writing your own book. I'm assuming you guys are coming out with this whole Unwrapped Love book.
Yeah, trust me, we've talked about it for a while. Of course, life has put few things on the back burner. Like last year, it was the fact that we needed to concentrate on getting married. Like, we knew
it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a big deal. And that shifted our focus a lot of what we were doing. That's why people didn't see me on lives and doing all those things for a while, because I knew how much it was going to of an investment it was, not just money wise, but then your time and effort. And so we talked about it, and we've kind of started the foundational stuff for writing the book. But this is where the wonderful stuff of like learning AI but like putting it into your tool belt when you are a creator. Just real quick, I don't want to talk too much. I was a script writer. I loved writing when I was younger. I always have been. It was a dream of mine, and I had a lot of unfinished stuff. 2 weeks ago, I was sitting down, he said, and started looking through my laptop and some of the stuff I did. And I found a couple scripts that I had just started that weren't really nothing. Over the weekend, I was able to flesh out and create 3 full-fledged like scripts that you would see for a full movie. I mean, and it was amazing because I was like, AI has kind of helped me bring out a lot more of the creative juices that I put away for a long time and never thought about revisiting until now because of the evolution of the way that we can create. Like I said, if you can think it, you can pretty much make it right now. The limitations right now are limitless. And although it is scary because people, my face, my features, my voice, and all the other stuff, yes, there is a dark side to using it. But I prefer to also look at the other way that you can incorporate it into what you do. And I know that when it comes to writing and start doing books and stuff now, it's just going to accelerate the ability for us to put stuff out there. Because the sooner you put it out there, even if you feel like your message is the same as 10 other people, great. Here's the thing. It's how it's presented and how it resonates with the person who's reading it. That's always what matters the most. You can go watch 10 different motivational speakers, right? They can all say the same message, but there's only going to be one because their voice, their cadence, the way that they present it resonates with that person and it really seeps in. It's the same thing with your words, with what you create. So don't put it away because you think everybody else is doing it or they're doing it better than me. That's bullshit.
I love that so much. Very cool stuff, like super cool. And again, if you're just showing in, you got to go check out his cool AI video. I wish I looked that energetic in everything. So thank you. I appreciate that. We could just literally like sell our energy from that video and like bottle it up to people and there'd be no more depression or any of the things. Cause it's like, we were just hopping in that and I loved it. And I want to replicate that. So someday when we meet in person, we will stage that. For real. You sitting at that, you running around I'm
running around the audience. I'll do the wings. I'll fly like I'm,
I love it. And you picked the perfect colors for the Just Jacks. Thank you so much for doing that. And I just realized, even though I said that, somehow I turned blue. I used to be purple. So I wonder when that happened, if that was like that last week. So that's kind of one of my squirrel moments. But because of my arm, I'm not changing it. So instead of my normal purple, y'all are blue. So I hope that's not a problem. Okay. I asked Gabe before you came on stage, Yvette, to make sure there were like 2 pencils or pens and 2 pieces of paper. You guys got that? Okay. So what he doesn't know is that,
oh shoot,
we're going to play a little baby game in the Newlywed Show right now. So I don't want you 2 looking at each other. I want your paper on the other side of each other. And
I'm going to show.
I'm covering it.
I'm going to do this. Look,
I love it.
No, I'm folding it so that in half so that she can't see, and then I can just write down whatever it is.
Okay. Are you guys ready for the first question?
I'm ready for the first question.
Okay. The first question is actually my 3rd normal question I ask guests. And it is, where would you travel right now if you could go anywhere? I don't want you guys to look at each other and say it's the same place. I want to hear what you guys want. And because you're Newlywed Game, I want to would you go by yourself or would you actually take your partner? Don't look at him, girl. Don't. Oh, she's looking at paper. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Let's make sure she's ready. Yvette, would you like to go first or would you like to defer to your husband?
I can go first.
All right, let's hear it.
Seattle with my partner.
Oh, you're so good. Gabe, how are you doing?
Well, I wrote mine smaller, but not as big because I was like, there's going to be more questions.
Oh, there are going to be more questions.
Okay. So I put Paris with my partner.
Oh, maybe you can take a plane from Seattle to Paris. So stay a couple days in Seattle. Then do they fly that direction? I hope so. I love that. I love that. They are sitting awful close together to not say they were going to take each other. So I kind of figured that was the answer. They kind of got to go to bed together after the show. I get that. Okay. Next question. I love that. Kinga's like, no cheating. I'm like, I know, right? But they're so cute. Next question. And I'm randomly pulling these out of my head right now because, again, I've got my arm issue. So usually I would have written these out. I'm going to have you guys write down the answer on What were your first thoughts when you saw each other live in person the first time? You can write one word, you can write a couple
Like,
bullet points, a whole sentence.
'cause I saw him on camera. So when I
In-
saw him
in
on
No,
person.
in person.
In
Your first
person.
time in person. Yep. And there's a reason I'm asking this question.
All right, that was easy.
Did you see her side eyeing you?
Well, we've actually talked about this before, and I'll wait.
Okay.
Are you ready, Yvette?
He can go
Okay.
first this time.
We'll let
Okay.
you go.
So I remember the first time I saw her in person, and she smiled at me. I mean, it was just the most luminescent smile. I said, "I'm going to marry her. She's the one." I knew. It wasn't even a question of whether or not there was anybody else. I knew the moment that I saw her that I was going to end up being her husband. So there you go.
That is
Easy.
so cool. I love that so much. Yvette, is he pulling her leg or is that really true?
It's really true.
Oh, I love that so much. Thank you. Go ahead and tell us yours.
So I put handsome, couldn't wait to embrace.
Oh,
So he was walking. He was trying to find me, so that was funny too. So he was looking for me, and I told him exactly where I was in the parking lot, but he parked like further away.
Yeah.
And then he was walking through, and then I thought we were just gonna hug, and he went
No.
straight for the kiss. I was like, wow.
Didn't even say hello. Didn't even say
he's
hello.
like, that was a long walk. I'm getting my kiss at the end.
That's why I was telling you. I knew from that moment on that she was going to be the one. It was, like I said, it wasn't a question. I just couldn't pull myself away and say no. Walked in, boom, went straight for it. Because then I would have known if she would have pulled back or something, I would have been like, oh, okay.
I love that. So one of the reasons I asked you that specific question is if you are in the dating world, like you two were not that long ago, kind of like myself, we do tend to meet a lot of people through either dating apps or social media pages. And there is still such an old school mentality that those relationships are never going to work. They're never going to work. They're never going to work. And yes, you need to meet somebody in person before you officially get married, but just because you meet them online or you've connected through a platform or somebody, you watched them in a show or something like that, does not mean that that's going to be less successful than if you met somebody in a grocery store. I'm so sorry about that. So I love the idea that you guys both had such intense, instant, in-person reactions because you guys were so excited to meet each other to begin with. And then when you saw it, it just solidified. And that just does my heart wonders. Okay.
It solidified for me, like when I saw him on FaceTime first. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I have to meet him.
I love that. And I am going to give a word of advice to anybody that is in the dating world, especially those of us that are a little mature. Is that even a word? Older. Let's just say it as it is.
Yeah,
okay. Do not meet somebody in person without doing a FaceTime or video time, a Zoom meeting, whatever technology you need, because there are so many scammers.
Even background check. I background checked him.
Yeah, she did.
I
I was telling, but I told her, I was like, look, I'm all over social media, so you can go ahead and if you want my links.
Yeah. But it's one thing to watch somebody in action by themselves on video or doing a podcast. It's another thing when they're looking you in the face because you can kind of tell if, oh, wow, he's really married and they're just playing me versus when it's just in a cute little text or a phone call, they can hide anything. So I love that you guys did that. And I love that you thought that. Okay, grab your pen and paper again. And your next question, you are going to write the answer that you think your spouse is going to answer. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Gabe, you got somebody in the house now. I saw something from Aiden.
Yes, that's my Facebook.
So I got to make this super juicy for you guys since
Okay.
Aiden's in the house. Are you guys ready?
I'm
So
juicy.
Gabe, you are writing the response that you think Yvette would say. Yvette, you're writing the response that Gabe would come up with. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to write down what is one thing that is so special about the other person that they don't realize? So remember, you're writing it about the other person. So Yvette, how would Gabe answer that about you? Gabe, how would Yvette answer that about you? Oh, look, I
Okay.
don't know if I've ever seen Gabe this quiet. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, so maybe
That was the twist.
I'm not too, I can multitask, like talk and look at things, but like for whatever reason, writing, I can't, there's no way I can't multitask that of all the things that in the world that I'm able to do, writing and listening to somebody say something. That's why I couldn't be a stenographer or anything. I would have sucked at that job. I'd been like, hey, you missed this whole conversation. I did?
Yeah, but I was listening to the people back there.
Yeah, I heard what they were talking about for lunch.
They were much more interesting than what you were talking about on the witness stand. Yvette, would you like to go first on this one or not?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
I put compassion for others.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one.
My answer was great. So I wrote, he is a 1 in a million. There you go. I'm just saying, I think she would agree with it.
Oh, that's good. That is good. Okay. This question, you guys are starting. I just can't even go with that 1 in a million anymore. Okay. This question right here, I want you to put down the answer that you think you both will come up with. Okay. You guys are supposed to come up with the same answer. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Write it down. Don't say it out loud.
all right.
When is your anniversary?
We'll never forget this date.
Both of you lift them up. Let's see it. And then Gabe, you're saying it.
Okay. So I'm saying it's June 14th. And the reason we'll never forget it because it's Donald Trump's birthday. And we almost called off our wedding because my wife, me, we just didn't agree with the man. And we didn't want to get married on his birthday. So we just decided to make it our day. But yeah, we will never forget that day without going, crap.
I do believe strongly that some things need to be shared with love to cultivate the negativity that has happened in the past in any capacity. So I love that this is your day. And Yvette, he was right. He didn't get it off by a day or two or anything like that.
No. That's why I said.
But we have other anniversary dates too.
Yeah, we do.
I don't always remember those.
I do. I try to remember those.
I love it. Kinga's like, don't mess up the date. I know. I was like, after I said it, I'm like,
her next comment's even better. Her next comment's even better.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So next question.
All right.
And this is something that you guys are writing about each other. So Yvette, this is something about Gabe. Gabe, this is something about Yvette. I want you guys to write down something that you see them accomplishing within the next 5 years. Kenny, I do believe I tried to get you on my show on your birthday too. Kenny doesn't come on my show, but he sure shows up in the comments. I love that. Oh, I feel like I'm the school teacher giving a test to Yvette. Look how quiet he is. I'm going to have to stop with the questions because this is getting too much.
No, that's okay. Go right ahead. I mean, that just because I know how to railroad a conversation, so this is pretty good for you.
But I also want you guys to have some time to shout out yourselves without it just being my guests. And so, who would like to go first? I will let you guys pick.
I'll go first. So, within the next 5 years, I see her writing her book, creating her show, and speaking at events and sharing her story.
I love that. Did you have any idea he might pick those things for you, Yvette?
I thought maybe the writing the book. I didn't know the other stuff. Yeah.
Aw. I'd say he's kind of supportive, huh?
He is very.
Let's hear what you have to say about him.
I put writing a book also.
Yes.
And then maybe going back to school.
Ooh.
Oh.
He has his associates.
I have my associate's degree. I do have that.
Mhm.
I can hang my head on that.
Interesting. Are you surprised she picked those things for you, Gabe?
No, because I think I've talked about it too. You know, again, as a student of wanting to grow, you know,
He likes the holidays I have. He wants to be a teacher.
I love that.
if I could teach something that goes and aligns with what I do now, I would love to do that because I'm like, freaking A, you get 2 months off.
Yeah, he could be a film teacher.
Like you get 2 months off, and then you know you get a spring break, and you know all
We
kinds.
were off today.
Yeah, I had to go to work for Martin Luther King Day, and you know they're at home. So
Yeah.
I mean, and plus I already know how to deal with a gang of kids. I got 4 of them myself, so I'm pretty sure just multiply that by 22 more, and I'm good to go. Like
And I could picture you in a school, Gabe, and so I used to be an elementary school counselor. I could seriously see you in an elementary school, like teaching kids literally AI in elementary and how to be a good human and how to be a quality man, because they need that at young ages. And that's one thing that I see that you do sharing. And I know we're kind of laughing and stuff, but I mean this in all seriousness. It's like our men are hurting. They don't know how to share their emotions because they have not been taught at a young age that it was okay. And instead of talking about what makes them sad, they get violent or they get disruptive or they self-harm or they hurt other people. And we need people. I mean, I can say it all day long, but I'm a woman. It's one thing to confide in me, and they do, but they don't confide in other people out the door and stuff like that. So I like that idea. Even if you don't go to school for it, there's a lot of positions, at least in schools in Michigan, that you can get into schools as an associate's degree and be school specialist and all the things. So I'm excited for you guys.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So now I want Yvette, is there any question that you wanted Gabe to answer online live tonight? Do you have a question for your husband?
How much do you love me?
Let's see those arms go out, stretch on each side.
let's say. So I don't know what they don't call it Pluto anymore. So
It's always going to be Pluto to
Pluto
somebody
to
as
me,
old
but
as I am.
whatever's beyond Pluto, just
Aw.
multiply that by infinity, and that's how much I love you. There you go.
Oh,
That was super cute. I love it. I wish I could lift up my arm higher to do that so you could have seen that. Gabe, what's one question you have for your beautiful wife that you would like her to answer live on?
I think that I would ask her, is this what you envisioned for us when we decided to get together and, choose to live a life together for the rest of our lives?
like being on live stream?
Just anything, any of this. Did you envision any of this happening? Like, did you see yourself ever, being with me and doing the live stream and being in my crazy world and being involved in any of this? Because I'm always curious, because that was one of the things I had a hard time finding in a partner very early on when I was single and in the dating world, was the fact that there were women that were like, you're on social media and you talk all the time. I don't want nothing to do with you because, you're going to, I guess they were afraid you're going to talk about their business and, that sort of thing. But
So when you first sent me that the live stream that you did, and I was first listening to it, like you were rambling so much, I was like, get to the point. And so, but then finally I guess because listening to yours too, like you rambled a lot before we came on. And I guess it's a thing with live stream that y'all just talk and talk and talk and talk. And then the guest comes on. But I'm like, okay, who's coming on? I want to hear what they have to say. And so he was doing that at the beginning. And I was like, okay, do I need to fast forward this? Like, what's going on? Like, he kept on talking about the guy, but the guy wasn't coming on yet. And finally he did. And then I listened to the interaction and I was like, oh my gosh, like I started crying. Like there was some parts of it that just were so emotional. And, I was like, if he wants to bring this out in humanity and like hear these perspectives of people, like that's just incredible. Like, because that's what I enjoy doing as a teacher. And so I just felt a really strong connection right away. So I even joked with him. I said, so are we going to do a live stream on our first date? Because, guess I got to prepare for this lifestyle now. So it was definitely different, but I'd kind of done a few of my own like videos that I've uploaded myself talking about things. And so I didn't have like a fear of doing it. And so I just really thought it would be fun. Yeah. So every time we've done one, it's been fun.
Yeah, and I've hooked her ever since.
Oh, that is such a cute answer. Well, that's a great segue to saying, holy crap, time has went fast. We only have a few more minutes of the show. So I want to give you guys the stage to talk about all the cool stuff, like talk about your new series, talk about anything business-wise for either of you guys that we didn't highlight, or just anything that you guys just want to share with everybody, because you guys deserve to have some alone time just shouting yourselves out.
Okay, so this is where we get to how did you say ramble on? This
I do believe those were quoted words.
So yes, first of all, we're at 41 subscribers, but we're growing. So please head over to our YouTube channel. That is www.youtube.com/@unwraplove. Please follow us. We are planning a second season. And then as soon as I get our website launched, I'm working on getting that done. Thank you, AI, for this as well. We are going to get our Unwrap Love website up, where I'm going to be able to link not only the live streams and videos that we're doing, but then we'll also be able to create blogs, other sub-material, and a podcast. So we're doing a separate podcast still under the same name.
Okay.
It'll be a little bit more, how would I say, in-depth when it comes to interviewing like people, because we want to be able to have people come on, share their experiences of love, dating, relationships, marriage, all the things that we love talking about, and give them a place that they might feel a little bit more comfortable and vulnerable in sharing. That's why I want to do it as a podcast. The camera's not on, the live comments aren't coming on, people aren't going to interject, and I feel they'll be able to at least feel a little bit more at ease in sharing what it is, because there's a lot of things that deal with love that Yvette sent me a list today of like a lot of the topics and stuff that we were going to look at as far as for upcoming shows. And then also being able to book guests and have people on who might want to come on and share their experiences, because, love is, again, it's a very vast subject that you talk about, and there is no right or wrong way in how you can love somebody. There's no timetable on how quick you can love somebody. We've heard stories, we read stories of people who met somebody like one day, and then 2 days later they're married and they end up being together for 50 years. Then people that are together who've known each other 20 years, they married, and then 2 years later they're divorced. I mean, it's such a roller coaster in figuring out love. So we wanted to be able to do that. And then, of course, the book will be coming along as well. And then I think other than that, I am trying to put together a AI creator course for people who want to get involved in learning how to use AI for their content creation, and how to just maximize their time in building systems that will help them alleviate a lot of the resistance that comes with being a content creator. And it really allows you just to explore more of the creative side of what you're going to do. And like what I mentioned while we were talking before, you have to look at AI as a way of, you have to be the creative director. It's not your enemy. It's not here to bring you down. You're the creative director. You tell it what to do. It helps you figure out and fish out a lot of the things you might not be able to do. Back, the only way you would have done a book or anything, 20, 25 years ago, you would have had to pay about $3,000 for a content editor to look at your stuff. And now you can run it through AI. You can run it through multiple AIs. You can run it through 4 different AIs, and it'll give you 4 different perspectives on it, and you can go back and read and find what works between all those together and say, that's the path I want to go along. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm really trying to work on and get hammered out here within the next couple of weeks. That's how
So-
fast it can happen.
Can people hire you before your course? Like, do you do one-on-ones?
So-
Is that an option, or are you not quite there yet?
I'm not quite there yet because I'm trying to also figure out a pricing structure. Just like I did when I was doing live streaming, and people will hire me as a live streaming consultant or a strategist. Going down those same avenues, because part of it for me is also the trial and error, figuring out what works best, what doesn't work best, what are some of the tools. There's still unexplored tools that I haven't even used yet, but yet when you open them up and you input all the stuff that you have, it's amazing. It takes you seconds, literally seconds. It can create things for you. And again, you can adjust them and say, I don't like the way that is. You want the more humanistic side to it? Okay. Teach it. It'll learn it. It'll learn to be the little bit more humanistic in the way you approach. And if you don't like the way the things are, guess what? Then just use it for summaries, outlines, things like that. Just the easy things that'll help you, cognitively bring all your thoughts together and make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, sometimes I need to find a specific image to explain a point, because I like to use, when I'm explaining things to students, visuals with it. So it really helps them understand it a lot more. And so I'll use AI to create visuals for what I'm looking for. And a lot of times it comes up with a pretty good image that I can use to explain a topic that we're going over.
And again, this is to create these assets that you can use for free. Okay. It's your
right now.
We
don't know.
Right now. that could change.
Yes.
But yeah, but technically at this point, the reason they're allowing you to do all this stuff, because you're helping train all their AI models and what they're using for large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, just all of them that you can use right now that are free, and they have the option for a paid opportunity. But because I search, because I dig, because I do research, I've found ways to find access to a lot of the pro stuff that you can use for free. You don't pay. I mean, and what better way to get started in helping you want to create than, free tools to say, here you go, walk with it. So, and Dan, your comment.
I'm not even putting that one up on the screen.
So there's a backstory to that one.
Oh, I kind of figured.
But that's funny. But yeah, but I really do also want to push that. I'm trying to help my wife develop her show that she kind of mentioned, and wanting to share her story about her diagnosis, because I've told her multiple times, and I know when she's ready and when she's not, but I always tell her multiple times, darling, there's power in your story. There's power in you sharing what you've gone through, what your experiences are, the wisdom that comes with going through those things that'll help someone else, because when you needed it, you didn't have it. You couldn't find it. So if it's not there, build it, develop it, put it out there, because then others will come to you, and it only helps you, again, amplify what you're trying to do and helping other people. So that's why I want to help her bring her story to light, bring the things that she does to light, because she has a lot to share that, a lot of women, a lot of people in general have gone through. There's experiences that she carries that I can't explain. I can only give you the male perspective, but like going through, and we've talked about on the show, she was in an abusive relationship and how to pull out of that. And just the things that you can do, that you share, that might just might be the information that somebody's digging for, and go, that's the little glimmer of hope that I need.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of stigma when it comes to mental illness. And I know even while dating, there was the topic, because I was a part of a lot of support groups with it. And that was one of the questions I asked, is like, how soon do you tell somebody when you're dating them that you have a mental illness? Like, is it something that comes up right away? Like so many people have so many different ideas on when you should share it. And some people don't share it for like a year, and then they finally bring it out and say, hey, by the way, I have this. But for me, like, I wanted to be honest from the get-go. So I knew, like, I just took it as my intuition. When do I feel like it is the right moment to bring it up in conversation? Let it come up naturally. And so I did that with all the people that I was meeting online, and some of them would ghost me. Some of them might meet up with me once or twice, and then I didn't hear from them again. And so I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, I wasn't letting any of that affect me whatsoever, because if they can't accept me for who I am, then that's definitely not somebody I want to spend my time with. So when
right there, girl.
yeah. When I came to Gabe, it was probably like the first week, maybe we were talking. Maybe it was like a week and a half, something like that. It came up. And when I told him, his response was different from everybody else. Like, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I am so proud of you. Like, you mean you're in class taking these, getting your master's degree, and you're doing all this stuff, and you've accomplished this, and you have your own house, and like, you're doing all of these things despite having bipolar." He's like, "Wow." He goes, "That's incredible." And so then the next day he goes, "I got this book to read." And he sent it to me, and it was called Loving Someone with Bipolar.
Yeah. So,
And he was like, "I'm going to read this." And I thought, oh my gosh, like, this is someone that doesn't see me as a disorder. Like, he sees me as a human being. And it made a huge difference. And even while he's talking now, it's like, you can tell, like, he loves me beyond that. And he knows that it is a struggle, something that I have to deal with and battle with. But his just support of it is so amazing that this year, or this last year, I actually had another episode, and he got to see it firsthand and, go through it with me. And he continued to love me no matter what. And I think that support that he had for me was so big that I did not crash into a horrible depression like I normally do. Normally, when I hit an episode, I go into such a deep depression that I don't even want to be here anymore.
Okay.
And that didn't happen this time. And I was like, you know what? I think it's because my life is different. I have a bigger support system than I did before. And here's this man that loves me no matter what, no matter if I'm in the happiest of happy moods, or, I just want to go to bed early. So he's there to
you
support
just
me.
have to, like, I'll just say
Seriously.
real quickly, it's just have to meet people and accept people where they're at,
Yeah.
no matter where they are in their journey in life, because it's not the full story of who that individual is. And it's not my place to give the judgment of when somebody's there or what they're going through.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you have to just see them where they're at, meet them where they're at, talk to them, and understand that, you know what, this isn't who this person totally is. There's more to somebody. There's always more complexity to understanding an individual. So that's why I just, I love her the way she is, and I just had my hearts in my eyes and knew that, again, I was gonna, marry this woman.
She wouldn't be who you loved without her mental illness.
No, it would.
Because it's part of her, but it's just one part of you, Yvette. And that's the thing that so many people don't realize is our past, whether it's decisions we've made that were not so good, when people have harmed us, when our bodies or our brains have given us challenges. It's just a little piece of us. We are so human. You two are absolutely incredible. Thank you, Yvette, for jumping on and joining the stage, because this wouldn't have been.
I need to ask you something. Since we got to have you on as well, because we want to explore more of the love stuff, the dating stuff, the deeper dive into understanding the world of modern dating. Because I'll tell you what, when I jumped back in 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was overwhelmed. It was one of the craziest things to try to figure out the modern world of how to date, how to connect, how to find true relationships. So we definitely have to continue this further down the line.
I loved it. And I was also going to say, when you guys do get to those book launch dates, y'all are coming back on here, whether you guys are doing solo books or together books, you can pitch your show. I'm here to support you both in so many capacities. I feel like I got to know you a little bit better tonight, Yvette, too, because it's like, I see Gabe a lot and I know you're so busy and everything, but this was really special. And I appreciate you guys. And we went a little long tonight because you guys are just amazing. And
that's my story of my life. I go a little long everywhere.
She did use those words earlier.
She did. She knows me.
Oh, you guys are just adorable and I love you. And not just because you guys are fun and you do all the cool things, but because you're real and you guys are setting examples on what true love can look like. It's not all roses and butterflies. It is loving through the sad times and the scary times and the confusing times and the frustrating times, but it's not giving up on each other. And I appreciate that so much about you guys. Make sure you guys go back to the comments. So many people have been supporting you guys in here. And I haven't been good with, you sent me a picture or two to share in some different things, Gabe, and I'm sorry, my weekend was not what I expected with my arm, but you guys are amazing and I appreciate you guys.
Oh, you know what? AI can fix your arm. I can.
I think on that note, I'm dropping y'all down and we are closing the show. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Bye. Thank you, Jackie.
Oh my gosh, are they not the cutest ever? Thank you guys for sticking around. I know we went a few minutes late, but if you're on LinkedIn, if you've been in the audio rooms, if you've been in the different lives, Gabe and his beautiful bride is a little bit more, she's so busy. You heard, working full time and all the things in the day gets exhausting. So I want to give them special shout outs. Make sure you go figure out how to follow them, connect with them if you haven't yet, because you want to know them. Guys, books are coming out. They're talking more. They're breaking down some of that stigma in relationships, but also in love. There's a lot of stigma in love. There's a lot of people that force you to just say, well, if you just love them enough, everything will be fine. Well, guess what? There's some stuff that is a little different and you need some safety involved and you need to worry about the toxicity and different things like that. So I can't wait to support them in their journey. I know they're supporting me in some of the different romance coaching and different things that I'm working on. And so if you have questions about love, if you have questions about relationships, make sure that you're following us and that you are realizing not one person, I don't care how beautiful their pictures are out there, not one person has the absolute perfect relationship, because it might be perfect for them, but in your eyes, it might not be. So don't be judging people and don't be comparing what your relationship is or what your lifestyle is, because your life deserves to be great. It deserves to be healthy. It deserves to be safe. So with that, I am going to start my outro. Thanks to the amazing Mike LeBlanc. He did put a couple links in also in the comments on some of the songs that he's been working on lately. So if you get a chance, go listen to them and support all the people in the comments because they were great tonight as always. I will see you next week with two amazing guests. Neither one have I ever done like a Zoom with. So it'll be my first time talking live one-on-one at the exact same time with them. You're going to love them too. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Let's go. Hosting just jacks, we lift every voice. Re-entry with dignity, give people a choice. Restorative justice, repair what was torn. Conflict resolution, new trust can be born. Family unification, bring loved ones back. Hosting just jacks, we stay on that track. Every story matters, every heart has worth. Together we're building a bridge to rebirth. From broken to whole, from lost to found. Hosting just jacks, we stand on solid ground. Communities healing, one connection at a time.